to gentlemen of the press. I was going to call the sitting gentlemen. I think I can see one in the room, but we're still expecting them. Gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen, a beautiful afternoon to you all, and thank you all for joining us for today's Facts Behind the Listings presentation by AVA Capital PLC. Very quickly before we go ahead with today's presentation, may I please ask that we pay attention to the screens as we listen to the safety video and of course take note of the safety protocols. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Nigerian Exchange Group Event Center. At Nigerian Exchange Group, your comfort and safety is our priority. As part of our health and safety policy, please listen to the following announcement. For your convenience, the restrooms are located to your right, just outside the door of this event hall. In the unlikely event of an emergency, 2 exits have been provided for your use. A stairway that you can access from the lift lobby just before you enter the event center. Another emergency exit is located right behind the stage's backdrop. The door can be opened by pushing the handle. Please do not use the elevators during an emergency. Rather, locate the nearest exit from where you are sitting in a calm and orderly fashion. Emergency responders will also be available to provide additional instructions as required. Please switch off your cell phones or activate the silent function so we don't interrupt the proceedings here today. Once again, welcome, and do enjoy your stay at Nigerian Exchange Group.
Pleasure to welcome everyone here to the listing presentation as we welcome AVA Capital PLC to Nigerian Exchange. It marks the beginning of a new chapter for the company as it joins a vibrant market that connects capital, businesses to capital, investors to opportunities, and of course to ideas with long-term growth. Please, ladies and gentlemen, may I please ask that we give a round of applause for the board and management of AVA Capital as we welcome them to the Nigerian Exchange. Thank you very much. Let me also acknowledge the people joining us virtually. Thank you for being part of this listing presentation. At the appropriate time, we'll definitely hear from the management of AVA Capital as they share the company's strategic direction, growth plans, of course, business outlook, and of course, the impacts of this listing to their presentations. Allow me to quickly make some introductions of the executives on the I table. Starting with Nigerian Exchange, ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome with me the Chief Executive Officer of Nigerian Exchange Limited, Mr. Jude Chiemeka. Thank you very much. We also have the Chief Executive Officer of NGX Regulation, Mr. Olufemi Shobanjo. Thank you for joining us. Next to him is the Director at Nigerian Exchange Limited, Mr. Azubike Okpaloka. Thank you for joining us today. We also have the Group Chief Strategy Officer, Nigerian Exchange Group, Ms. Jumoke Olaniyo. Thank you for joining us today. We also have the Team Lead Primary Markets, Ms. Ivie Dimaokoje. Thank you. And then we have the Doyen of the Markets, Mr. Simon Data. Thank you very much. Now to the AVA Capital Board and Management. We have the Chairman, AVA Capital PLC, Mr. Adeyinka Adedeji. Thank you for joining us today. We also have the Managing Director and CEO of AVA Capital PLC, Mr. Olukayode Fadaunsi. Thank you for that. Applause seems very loud. What happened to when I was introducing NGX? Anyways, thank you for joining us today. We also have the Executive Director, AVA Capital Management, Executive Director, AVA Capital, and Managing Director, AVA Capital Trustees, Ms. Omobolanle Ekanim. Thank you for joining us. Director, AVA Capital PLC, Mr. Samson Adekunle. Thank you. And of course, the Group Managing Director and CEO, Quadros Capital, Mr. Wale Agbenyogi. I'm so sorry. Thank you very much. Also joining us today is the Director, Nigerian Exchange Group, Mr. Mohamed Garuba. Next to him is Head Trading and Products, NGX, Mr. Abimbola Babalola. Thank you for joining us. I think I also see the Air Technology Operations somewhere in the room, Mr. Tolulope Ajayi. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Now to the business of the day. Ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome with me the CEO of Nigerian Exchange Limited, Mr. Juchi Emeka, for his welcome address. No, I'm not going to accept a round of applause. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Please permit me to rely on the already well-established protocol, but let me also acknowledge the doyen of the market, Mr. Sam Data. On behalf of the board and management of Nigerian Exchange Limited, it is my pleasure to welcome you to today's fast behind the listing of AVA Capital PLC. Following the successful listing by introduction on the main board of the Nigerian Exchange Limited, today's event is significant not simply because another company has joined the exchange, but because of what AVA Capital represents within the Nigerian financial ecosystem. For many years, the company has advised businesses, structured transactions, mobilized capital, and supported enterprises in achieving their strategic ambitions. Today, AVA Capital embarks on the same journey itself, choosing to become a publicly listed company, and in doing so, reinforcing its confidence in the Nigerian capital market as a platform for sustainable growth. For us at the NGX, it's really a delight to see a market operator taking advantage of the platform that we provide. Someone once said, the way to know a good Chinese restaurant is you just look carefully if they have a lot of Chinese customers in there. So this is a demonstration of the fact that the exchange itself, as a platform, is quite viable for a market operator to utilize it in this manner. A listing by introduction is more than an admission to the exchange. It reflects a company's readiness to operate within the disciplines of the public market, embracing greater transparency, robust governance, and continuous engagement with investors. It is a declaration of confidence in the future and a commitment to creating sustainable value for shareholders. There's a natural alignment between AVA Capital's business and the role of exchange itself. Capital markets thrive when trusted financial institutions connect ideas with investment, businesses with capital, and opportunities with long-term investors. Institutions such as AVA Capital play an important role in deepening market participation, facilitating capital formation, and supporting economic development. This role has become increasingly important as Nigeria continues its journey towards building a more diversified and globally competitive economy. The financial services sector remains one of the country's most significant economic enablers, supporting entrepreneurship, infrastructure development, corporate expansion, and innovation. In the first quarter of 2026, the sector contributed 3.8% of Nigeria's nominal GDP, generated approximately 1.5 trillion naira, representing 30% of total company income tax, and contributed an additional 421 billion naira in value-added revenues. The sector also remains a dominant driver of market activity. During H1 2026, recording a traded value of 1.98 trillion naira, traded a volume of 67.97 billion shares, distributing over 1 trillion naira as dividend to shareholders. These figures underscore not only the sector's resilience, but also its growing contribution to Nigeria's economic transformation. At NGX, we remain committed to providing an efficient, innovative, and globally competitive exchange that enables companies to access the long-term capital while creating attractive investment opportunities for domestic and international investors. We are a multi-asset exchange. We have over 319 listed securities on our exchange, which cuts across different asset classes from 103 federal government bonds to 9 state bonds to 39 corporate bonds and 7 commercial paper to 4 exchange-traded derivatives and 12 ETFs. Our ETF market is the second largest ETF market in the continent. And so if you think about what we have been doing as an exchange, it's really to facilitate capital mobilization. And for the first half of the year, we've been able to raise over 2.1 trillion naira across different asset classes that we have listed on our exchange. Also, our successful transition to T+1 settlement cycle has further strengthened market efficiency, enhanced liquidity, and aligned Nigeria's capital market with global best practices. These milestones reinforced a simple but important message. Our market continues to evolve, innovate, and create opportunities for companies that choose to embrace the benefits and discipline of public listing. As AVA Capital begins this new phase, we encourage the company to leverage opportunities available within the NGX ecosystem, and there's a lot. Beyond listing, the exchange provides platform that strengthen issuers' visibility, and that can be seen from the fact that we're a member of World Federation of Exchanges, we're a member of ASEA, we're a member of ISCO. So by coming to list on our platform, invariably AVA will begin to enjoy visibility across these institutions. So the long-term benefits of listing also dovetails into corporate trainings, and we have programs that we run through our X Academy. And I'd like to introduce Ms. Ugochi. If you can just take a bow. She drives the activities that happen at the X Academy. X Academy, and I will say to the management of AVA that you pay close attention to X Academy because they can utilize it to drive training, financial literacy, and deeper capital market knowledge, even on the board level, to be able to understand all the various requirements, continue to adhere to all the principles like you may have heard in the course of your induction today. So she's the lady to watch. In closing, I congratulate the chairman, the board of directors, management, employees, shareholders, and all professional advisors. And I see my very dear friend here, Mr. Wale Beyongi of Codros Capital. I think they've done an enormous job that has transcended over a long period of time. So this achievement reflects years of strategic planning, disciplined execution, and confidence in the Nigerian capital market. Indeed, we are delighted to welcome AVA Capital PLC to Nigerian Exchange Limited, and look forward to a long and rewarding partnership as the company continues to grow and create lasting value for its shareholders and the broader economy at large. Thank you for your attention, and I wish all of us a very productive and insightful session.
Thank you very much. All right, so it is time to have the special remarks from the chairman, but before then, please allow me to welcome the CEO and Register of CIS, Mr. Ayorinde Adeonipeko. Thank you for joining us. We also have a non-executive director of AVA Capital PLC, Mr. Bayo Odeyale. Thank you very much for joining us. Now it is time to hear from the chairman, AVA Capital PLC. Please make welcome with me, Mr. Adeyinka Adedeji. Thank
you. Distinguished representatives of Nigerian Exchange Group, members of the board, our regulators, shareholders, investors, members of the media, valued partners, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome. It is my privilege to welcome you to this important occasion as we present the facts behind the listing of AVA Capital PLC. Today marks a defining milestone in our corporate journey. AVA Capital is admitted to the main board of the Nigerian Exchange through a listing by introduction, a moment years in the making and one we do not take lightly. But this is far more than a listing. It is a public declaration of who we are, what we stand for, and the standards to which we hold ourselves accountable today and every day that follows. From the very beginning, our ambition was being to build an institution that outlives individuals. One anchored on strong governance, disciplined execution, innovation, and an unwavering commitment to creating sustainable value for every stakeholder we serve. As a board, we are clear-eyed about becoming a listed company means. It deepens transparency, it reinforces accountability, and it positions AVA Capital PLC to access broader opportunities as we expand our businesses and deepen our contribution to Nigeria's financial markets. Our admission to exchange is also a statement of confidence. Confidence in the Nigerian economy and in the long-term prospects of our capital market. We believe this is a pivotal moment for strong indigenous institutions to play a greater role in mobilizing capital, supporting enterprises, and creating enduring wealth for this nation. Today's presentation gives us opportunity to share not only the mechanics of our listing, but more importantly, the strategic intent behind it. Where we have come from, where we stand today, and where we intend to go. Note, this will have been possible without the dedication of our employees, the confidence of our shareholders, the guidance of our advisors, and the professionalism of the Nigerian Exchange and our regulators. To everyone who has contributed to this journey, we extend our sincere appreciation. I would also like to especially acknowledge the exceptional leadership of our Managing Director, Mr. Kayode Fadahunsi. Whose vision, discipline, and tireless commitment have been instrumental in bringing AVA Capital to these defining moments. Under his stewardship, our management team have worked with great diligence to prepare this institution for its next chapter. Ladies and gentlemen, today may mark the day our shares begin trading. But for us, this is not a ultimatum. It's the beginning, the opening chapter of a much longer, much larger journey. We are committed to building an institution that earns the confidence of investors every single day. Through integrity, through performance, and through responsible stewardship. Thank you for being here with us today and for the trust you continue to place in AVA Capital PLC. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. It is now time to have the presentation proper for this listing. May I please invite the CEO of AVA Capital, Mr. Kayode Fadaunsi, for this presentation.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Please permit me to stand on existing protocol by the CEO of NGX and by the one just read out by the chairman, AVA Capital PLC, Dr. Adedeji. I've just been given 25 minutes to make this presentation. There's a lot to say. I don't think 25 minutes can capture it, but I'll try my best to capture it within 25 minutes. I'm amongst many friends here that I should recognize, but I don't think I will be able to do that at the beginning. So you permit me to do it at the end, if I still have enough time to do it. But at the beginning, I must first recognize the entire Nigerian Exchange team, the board and the management, and two notable people here that I will just quickly speak about, talk to, Mr. Jude Chiamaka and Mr. Femi Shobanjo. Thank you very much for having us here today. And you know, there's a third person that I must recognize so that I'm not penalized when I leave this podium. And that's my doyen, Mr. Sam Ndata. It is customary that I must do that, and I must recognize every stockbroker that is here seated. It is so wonderful that as a stockbroker myself, I now stand on this podium making this presentation. I haven't brought so many people to this place to make this presentation. I'm so grateful and thankful for the opportunity. So to my presentation, all right. I don't know. I'm at slide 4 now. So the presentation, I'm going to speak to who we are, how we create value, how we have performed, why we can be trusted, why we are listing, and where we are going from here. I think these are the 6 things that should capture everything that you'd like to know about AVA Capital PLC as we have been listed today. For us, our slogan is that we are building enduring value, and that building is what has brought us here today. Why we are here, we are not raising capital today. As you have seen, is a listing by introduction. No new shares are being issued, and no shareholders is being diluted. We are listing because a public market is where an institution that intends to manage other people's capital should stand. We should stand visible, disclosed, and accountable. Over the next 25 minutes, I will show you exactly what we have built, exactly how it has performed, and exactly where it goes from here. My credentials is somewhere in the presentation. I believe that most people have it here. I've been in this market, and that's why I say I stand amongst many friends. A lot, my seniors in this room, I remember the days of ownership under the bridge. A lot of courtesy was, accorded me then. So it's a good place to be. At a glance, we are 4 regulated businesses. We have about 5,000 plus clients. These numbers is exciting to us because driving it to that point is a lot of work. We know that I'm here in the room where we have people who have really achieved a lot more than that. And I'm sure they celebrate us for getting there, and they cheer us along to achieve even much more things. In aggregate deal value, we've done about 1.257 trillion. And our business locations are in Lagos, Abuja, and Port Harcourt, physical presence, although we service people from all over the country. Our group profit after tax, audited by KPMG for full year last year, is about 614 million. Our H1 group profit after tax, that is on audited management accounts, is about 1 billion. We rank 3, if you go to the FMDQ transaction sponsor website, we rank 3 from inception till December 2025. And our rating by Data Pro and GCR is A+ and A. Our journey from when our license, the very first one, was obtained in 2018. So in 2018, we commenced with the acquisition of an investment banking license. 2019, we added asset management. Also in 2019, investment banking arm was branded AVA Capital Partners. And also we branded and acquired securities company, AVA Securities. By 2020, AVA Trustees was added to the group, and that was when the first time we won a gold award for most active transaction sponsor. We repeated that in 2022, and by 2024, the award that I want to highlight properly, we listed our AVA Infrastructure Fund. It's not so many companies that have infrastructure funds and listed. We listed it on NGX. And because of that, NGX awarded us the largest fund size in 2024. I think it's a good time to clap for NGX. Thank you. Thank you very much. In 2026, 1 billion shares were raised, 2025 to 2026, by private placement, and that journey has led us here. Our vision and mission and value. Our vision is to be Africa's most trusted institutional financial partner, connecting capital to opportunity and creating enduring value for generations. So if you forget everything I say today, I think one thing, if you want to remember AVA Capital PLC, that you should have in mind is that we are just this group of people that look for how to connect opportunities to capital and value. And that is one of the things that is, frustrating for a lot of people that are trying to grow their businesses and try to do whatever great vision they have in the business community. How do you connect what is in your mind to the capital that you need responsibly? And that is what we have been trying to do for the past 8 years, and that is what has brought us here. Our mission is to deliver sustainable long-term wealth creation to our clients, community, and broader economy through innovative financial solution, expert advisory, and financial literacy. Peace is our value, and peace stands for performance, execution, adaptability, character, and enterprise. We have 4 regulated business under one institutional framework, and as we have been taught this morning by the NGX reg, a very, very revealing, fulfilling lecture for about 2.5 to 3 hours. We saw a lot of things that we need to do much more. But AVA Capital PLC is the parent company. That is where our investment banking license sits. And as 3 subsidiaries, AVA Global Asset Managers, AVA Securities Limited, and AVA Trustees Limited. And just because I know this might come up in the question and answer, our regulator has asked us to recapitalize, that's Securities and Exchange Commission. And, as at today, the SEC requirement for the capital business, if you want to play in Tier 1, is 7 billion. and our shareholders fund as at half year 2026 stands at 12.72. For asset management is... Thank you very much. AVA Global Asset Managers, for asset management, you need 5 billion for tier one, up to 100 billion assets under management. And after that, you have to incrementally increase your capital. Right now, we are 5.518 billion. We are compliant, I believe. For the securities trading, broker-dealer is 2 billion, and the shareholders fund is about 2.411 billion. And for AVA trustees, 2 billion, and the shareholders fund is 2.271 billion. Thank you. One relationship, 4 platforms. I'm still speaking to who we are. 4 platform, various capabilities. This slide speaks to what the products that we sell under investment banking, asset management, securities trading, and trusteeship. There are people in this room that sell much more things under these licenses, so I don't need to do justice to this slide. Our location under who we are, Lagos is the head office, Abuja, and Port Harcourt. But as I said in my presentation, 36 plus Federal Capital Territory is where our license permits us to do business, and we do business all over this country, raising capital for subnational institutions, states, and we do private business all over the country as well. As I said, 5,000 going to 100,000 before 2030. We intend to work very hard to achieve that. We have 4 locations going to 10 by 2030. 4 businesses. Now we're at how we create value. 4 businesses, 1 client relationship. We originate business. Investment banking originates transactions. We manage proceeds and clients' assets flow through asset management. We execute. Securities trading executes across fixed income and equities and commodities. We safeguard. Trusteeship holds the fiduciary structure, corporate trust, and escrow and estate management. The result is a widening base of fee income, of which a growing share is recurring rather than transactional. What I want us to note there is that on some side of our business, there's fee and income, but I know shareholders prefer the one that is recurring so that there's predictability. So if there's anything we work hard at, is to ensure that we continue to increase the part that is recurring. We deepen the quality of the income that we report so that, you know, it's not transactional, it's more recurring. Rankings and recognition. Transaction sponsor on the league table till December 2025, rank 3, transaction sponsor. I think that might improve. Then asset under management, we purposely put this year to rank 33. People like to see 1 to 3, 1 to 10. We want to project ourselves as starting and that there is room for improvement. It's not every time that, you know, you just quote nice figures. We want you to remember this day and say, those guys are number 33. They are now like top 5. Wow, they've done something. So please, no. Thank you very much. Positioning, imagine mid-tier integrated financial services platform. Where we are strong, execution capabilities in private markets and capital market advisory. Recognition, FMDQ Gold Award, Most Active Transaction Sponsor, 2020-2022. NGX Award, Fund Manager. We hope we win more on NGX. We work very hard to win more on NGX just because of the association and the people in this room. Performance review, what is audited? I want you to differentiate what is audited and what is unaudited. What is audited is the consolidated and separate financial statement for the year 31st December 2025. KPMG, as I said, is the auditor. and they issued an unmodified opinion dated 31st March 2026, and separately an unmodified limited assurance conclusion on internal control over financial reporting under ISA E 3000 revised, applying the COSO 2013 framework. No material weakness was identified by KPMG. Thank you very much. What is not audited? All figures presented for the 6 months ended 31st June 2026 are derived from unaudited management accounts. It's very critical to hold ourselves to clarify these things because of what we do. We advise people to do it, so we do the same. They are not being subject to audit by an external auditor yet, but by the end of the year, they will also be subjected to audit. What changed? The group perimeter changed on 30th November 2025. The accounting combination date will legal control transfer on 18 December 2025 under a shared transfer agreement. This was a common control combination outside the scope of IFRS 3, accounted for at book value under the predecessor's method. The bit we think that we should also share with you, from stabilization to consolidation, the Nigerian macro economic backdrop. A lot of people know a lot about this. Monetary policy rates are stayed steady this year. This is the year that we have all hoped that the monetary policy rate will start trending downwards. But the war that is happening between the US and Iran and Israel is making that difficult for all central banks across the globe in fact, they're struggling to hold rates steady. If you are following, there's some protest about the Feds holding the rate steady in their recent announcement. So, but we'll continue to monitor this because this rates impacts on all 4 of our businesses, on the way you should position and you should benefit. So we'd like to talk about it. Headline inflation, because of what has been happening globally as well, we had hoped that should be trending downwards as well, but it's also difficult to trend downwards at this time. And inflation figures are also very important because it's one of the leading indicators that the monetary policy regulators look at to fix the monetary policy rate. So very important, and because monetary policy rate is important to what we do, that is also very important to us, and we keep close watch of it. The GDP growth rate is also closely knitted. It was growing by 4th quarter last year, but right now it's a bit moderated as well. And the exchange rate has been primarily very stable. How we performed H1 2026, the group profit before tax is 1.46 billion. We have put estimated income tax there for H1 group. You will notice that there's no comparison between H1 group 2026 and H1 group 2025 because in 2025 there was not a group. So we can bring a figure here. We have many professionals around us, so we must do the proper thing. But there was a company, so we did some comparison for the company, and if you see company like-for-like growth, 4.4 times in revenue, profit before tax, 9.2 times growth, profit after tax, 9.2 times growth. Earnings base, company incomes mix, you see the difference between the fee income, the interest income, and the other income from H1 2025 to H1 2026. I think I've moved from that slide that is there. But company fee income grew about 402%, and the company interest income grew by 54%. Also just because on the journey to being listed, there's a lot of additional disclosures that you must do, And those additional disclosure, I think, endeared more customers to us. Where we want them to be endeared to us are in the repeatable business space, on the asset management and on the trustees business space. We also intend to grow on the securities trading very well, but there's still a lot of hard work to do in that area. We also put some operating leverage figures there. There have been growth H1 2025 for company. PBT margin grew from 33.6% to 71.3%. I believe shareholders and other stakeholders wants to see that your PBT margin is improving. We hope to continue to work hard. I remember my days as investor relations director in one of the top banks in Nigeria. These are the ratios that you look at, cost to income and all these things. And, we started ourselves out already doing quarterly investors call, even before getting here, just to be very responsible to all stakeholders. And I remember, I think it was the first quarter result when we announced, there was somebody on the call that said, this is your cost to income, you have to watch it. We have watched it, we have heard, we are working very hard. We know that the job is to increase the revenue than to watch the cost. It might be very difficult to watch the cost, but we keep watching it and we keep improving. Return on equity and asset. Return on equity to the group is 25.5%, to the company 20.7%. Return on assets is 3.6% to group and 15.6% return on asset to company. Let's just bear in mind, in case a question wants to come up here, why the difference between the return on asset in the group and company. The reason is that the company is the investment banking business, and you don't acquire a lot of assets under it. But in the group, by the time you look at assets, managed asset, the asset base grows significantly. Balance sheet and capital position. Total asset as H1 is 110.9 billion. For the group, company is 12.28, investment banking. Total liabilities, 98.229, and for company, 3.862. Next. For our compliance to NCCG 2018 compliant, why we can be trusted. We are compliant by the 2018 NCCG Code of Governance, and we are independently assured. The Board of Directors meets at least quarterly, that's Principle 11. Committees report through their chairperson, Principle 14. Statutory Audit Committee, Section 404, 2020, necessitates that Statutory Audit Committee must hold quarterly. We are in compliance with that. There's a Finance and Investment Risk Management Committee, that's NCCJ Principle 11.5.2. This committee oversees the financial reporting, investment decision, and enterprise risk. That committee is headed by an INED. The chairperson of that committee is an INED, and is here seated, Mr. Bayo Deyali, to ensure that proceedings are also going well and we remain compliant. Human Resources and General Purpose Committee is also, the chairperson is an INED, Mrs. Lutana Uzoka, and that's NCCG Principle 11.2. Why we can be trusted, you see the members of the board. The chairman, when he heard that we must be listed, he quickly rushed from wherever he was yesterday evening in the world to be here. And our another director had to also quickly fly in to be here because we take this matter extremely seriously. If you want to accept us, we want to present ourselves totally accepted. But our chairman was formerly Group Divisional Head Digital Banking at UBA Group, covering 20 African countries. He has a BSc First Class Chemical Engineering. I think he has a lot of patents to his name as a doctor. how he now understands a lot of financial things is probably because he's transitioned from academia to business, and I think he's made it his point of duty to invest in very good companies and to lead the board successfully. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, sir. Yeah. I will not read the CV of everybody on the board because I know that you have access to this presentation. But you see that the board is well diversified. That's what you see there. We are 7 on the group board, led by the chairman. We are 4 men and 3 women on the board, well balanced. I saw somebody on the management of NGX move their head like this. Maybe the next chairman will be a lady, and it will be 4 versus 3 by then. But fingers crossed. But I know that my doyen is very happy with me. I can see he's shaking his head there. Thank you very much for your support, my doyen. The board members and management of our team, they're also here represented. Why can we be trusted as spoken to the board and the management? With the COSO-based enterprise risk management compliance, there's 3 lines of defense, 5 response options, and a defined risk appetite. Our first line is business unit, own and manage risk in the course of daily operations. We adhere to that. Second line, risk and compliance, set the framework, monitor exposure against it. There's a lot of policies that the board of AVA Capital PLC is using to ensure that that is in line. The third line is audit and the board. Internal and external audit and the statutory audit committee provide independent assurance of the board. There's an audit that should happen to board members, annually, so that we ensure that we pass ourselves through that process. Why we can be trusted, sustainability, we can count. So we measure from incorporation till date, and we've held about 32 sustainability trainings. We've supported through PEF Foundation about 750 SMEs, helping them to get them empowered in their small enterprise. Because if you grow small enterprise to medium-time enterprise, one day they will be in this room. But if they are ignored, we are not watering the seeds that can drive the $1 trillion economy. So we want to be in the forefront of that. Remember, I said that one of our basic duty is to connect opportunities to capital. So we are not trying to connect opportunities to capital only from where the fees are very enormous. We try to connect it on the whole chain, because if you can't feed in to the capital up there, then you are just doing that, out of hypocrisy. We invest in human capital in trainings, and female representation is 50% on our board, and actually management also is 50%. So we are an equal opportunity employer. We care for the environment. If you've been to our office, this energy efficient office designed to leverage natural lighting. A lot of my colleagues are here. They enjoy it a lot. They are even reflective interiors and solar inverter to reduce our carbon footprint. On the social, as I said, we support, small scale petty traders, actually, all those ones that stand in the marketplace just at the tip of, all those drainages. That's our specialty, to ensure that we get them from that where they stand to get them into shops, and we teach them financial literacy so that they can now account, and they probably one day can be in a place like this. Governance, board oversight anchored on fiduciary duty, full compliance with regulatory requirements reinforced by culture and ethical stewardship, robust internal audits. Why are we listing? No new capital, as I've said, no new shares, no dilution. Okay, I've been given 5 more minutes. I will finish before then. Thank you. So what's a listing? What's a listing by introduction? And why a company chooses it? You know, a listing by introduction, existing shares are admitted to trading. I don't need to say that. We're amongst wonderful people who know these things in their dream. Why we choose this route? One, no present need for additional capital. So we don't believe that you should just accumulate capital for accumulation's sake. Some people do that. They forget that there's something called return on equity, return on asset. There's a lot of return factors. So if you overaccumulate when you don't need, you can make mistake and the numbers start looking funny. So we don't think at this point we need to. And if we need, please trust us. We will quickly rush back, and that's why we want to hold ourselves to a very high standard of transparency. Liquidity for existing shareholders. This is where you bring value towards liquidity. So there's no other place that does it better than the NGX in Nigeria. So thank you for having us again. Improve corporate governance. We have tried our best from inception to hold ourselves to high standard of governance. But when you are here, whether you want to hold yourself to it or not, you will be held by force to it. So if you think you are holding yourself to a high standard, come out here and come and test what you are holding. Yeah. Preparation for future capital raising and visibility and corporate reputation. The listing facts is here. Everybody knows it here. Our name is AVA Capital PLC. Our ISIN number is as stated on the board. We're on the main board. We hope. We asked a lot of questions this morning. There's another board, the premium board. That's what we start working towards now. And very soon, when we get there, probably we'll call this gathering if the NGX will permit us. But we work very hard. You can trust us on that. When we will achieve it, we don't know. But just know that we are working towards it. So we have been admitted by listing. Financial year is 31st December. Shares in issue is 5 billion ordinary shares of ₦1 each. Our ticker is AVA Cap. Don't forget that, AVA Cap, for value. Remember it, yes. Exchange is Nigerian Exchange Limited, NGX. Listing method is by introduction. Sector is financial services. When you are looking for us, please go there. Our registrar is Codros Registrar, one of the most premium registrars in the country. And we have a free float of at least 20%. Share ownership is as stated on slide 28. What changes? 5 minutes more. What changes and for whom? All right. That's fine. All right. Okay. All right. So existing shareholders, what they gain, tradability and liquidity. What we take on, we become accountable for public register of holders. New investors, what they gain, access to share through a licensed stockbroker on the exchange. What we take on, we report to the market on the regular disclosed cycle. Clients, what they gain, the service model is unchanged. What changes is the standing of the institution behind it. What we take on, we disclose on financial position publicly and continuously. Employees, what they gain, a listed platform with visible performance and a clearer link between effort and outcome. What we take on, we are measured in the public. Regulators and market, what they gain, dual oversight by Securities and Exchange and Nigerian Exchange. What we take on, we accept listed company governance obligation in full. We are committing to what we are committing to from day one. Regular financial reporting, listed company governance, a dedicated investor relations function. Our head of investor relations is here seated, Ms. Lois Omotola, working very hard to ensure that we get here in a good way. Yes. Dual regulatory oversight, continued regulation by both SEC and NGX, and timely and complete disclosure. 6 reasons to understand AVA Capital: diversified and regulated, independently assured, as I said, KPMG audits, demonstrated operating leverage, cost to income improved from 66.4 to 28.7. I don't want to highlight that too much because, this thing, it moves. So that you don't cane me if there's a slight change. But we are going to work very hard to make sure that we are in places like this. This is a sweet spot to be. A shift towards recurring income. We want to move away from fee and income to more recurring, income. Proven execution, the awards, and a defined 2030 ambition. If you watch the presentations that we do by our investor relations and we put on our website, you see everything that we are working towards. We want to be held by what we said we want to do. And what have we published? Today we are 5,000. By 2030, we want to be 100,000. Funds under management, we have 4 now. We want to be 10 by 2030. Business branches, we are 4 now. We want to be 10 by 2030. We will be 4, we believe, before the end of 2027. Funds under management, we are ranking 33. We want to write top 10. And let me tell you, to go from 33 to that number, you are going to walk around the clock. There are people working very hard. But again, we love the number and we love the challenge, and we will chase it down. Again, before I go, building enduring value is what we do. We connect opportunities to capital. What we have built for regulated business, 8 years in making. What has been assured an unmodified audit opinion and an unmodified independent conclusion on internal control. What we are committing to, disclosure, accountability, and a public standard of governance from today. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Should I stay for the question or I should go and sit down? I should. Okay, thank you.
A well-deserved rounding ovation and standing round of applause. Thank you very much. I was going to say a compelling presentation with an interesting presenter. Please, another round of applause for Mr. Hayode Fadaunsi. It is now time for questions. Ladies, okay, I see one hand up already. So this is how the question sessions would go. We'll have it in sets of 3s. We'll take the first 3 sets of questions. We'll get responses from the management, and then we'll come back for another set of 3 questions. That's if time permits. Yes, may you please signify by raising of your hands if you have questions. So I see one behind. Sure. Yes, please, go ahead, sir.
Thank you for the emphasis. I already had a mic, actually. My name is Andy Saku, representing Capital Care. It's such a good thing to listen to your own because they speak your language. And because they speak your language, they speak to you. And therefore, I'm commending both the chairman and the group CEO for an erudite presentation. I thought that was also a good point to clap. I am excited because they have taken the lead in not only preaching the gospel, but coming here to list and live the gospel. Like you said, I'm talking about the group CEO. They used to lead others to this place. But today, they assume the position that the rest of us can talk to them and possibly make our comments or ask questions. So thank you very much for taking that bold step.
Thank
The other thing I like about your presentation is the fact that you owned up to everything you had in stock. The good, the bad, and the not so good. Particularly when you made reference to your ranking, I think talking about your assets under management, where you ranked 33, and you are not ashamed about it. That's good corporate governance, which many institutions tend to shy away from. We have seen situations here that companies, as big as they are, may not be telling you the full story. It's good to know who you are and let others know that indeed you are who you are. That's the way forward. But all said, permit me to ask one or two questions. Your ranking, you're listed at ₦1 nominal value. Do you intend to retain that value? Or is there thinking to align with what is common in the marketplace? Second, I thought because of the very ladder upon which you were standing tall, you will tell us a little more about the specific benefits projection beyond those numbers you churned out in terms of your dividend perspective in the forthcoming years, whether this year, next 5 years, or beyond. Let me leave it here so others can speak. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Do we have any other hands raised at that side? All right, so we have one here, please. Can you come?
Good afternoon, my bosses at the high table, colleagues, and the press. I just want to commend the board of AVA PLC and the management of AVA PLC. When you see good people, you see that definitely they are going to come up with good company. And that is what we are seeing today. Both the chairman and the group executive officer, they have been wonderful people. And we are not surprised at what we are seeing today, because both the chairman and the CEO, they are go-getters. And the company that they are listing today, AVA PLC, I want to tell the shareholders that we should look out for that company, because definitely that company is going places. And very soon, is going to be the toast of investors in this market. I want to commend what the CEO, the presentation, nice presentation. But I want to join my colleague, Andy, what he said, that please, with this good presentation made today, please, I want you to put smiles on the faces of the shareholders, so that as we said it today, being AVA PLC, being a company that is going to be a toast of investor, you will always will reward them with handsome return on their investment. Congratulations once again.
Thank you very much. Do we have any other person? All right. So we'll take those responses.
Thank you very much, Mr. Andy Aku of Capital Care. We do not take lightly the commendations that you have given us. We know that when commendations come, it is a clarion call for you to do much more. So people just take commendation and see it is a subtle setup. So thank you very much. Again, I think historically, as somebody who has managed investor relations of the function of a large institution that is all over the world, I often tell my bosses then that investors just want to know the truth. They can really cope with the truth. Don't embellish it. If they are already with you, they like you already. Don't betray their trust. Just let them have the information as at when due. Just give it to them. They can let them be able to do whatever they want to do with it. And we tested it in that institution, and it worked. When there are NPLs that spring up in the middle of the year, and historically they didn't like to disclose it, so let's disclose it. Let's issue a statement. And when you issue the statement, you look at the share price. Once you explain it, nothing happens. People just want to know it when everybody knows it. What they don't want is you just spring it on them suddenly at the end, right? So we hold ourselves to these kinds of standards. So thank you for the commendation. On the nominal value question, 1 naira nominal value per share, I think you are speaking to most companies at 50 kobo per share, right? And interestingly, I was seeing some company on the exchange whose nominal value, I think, is 2 kobo or something like that. Yeah, I never knew that those kinds of nominal value existed. Honestly, it's cheaper to have a company that is 50 kobo nominal value, but it just so happened that at the point of registration, there was not too much clarity whether you can get that done at that point. But we are, as listed, we will stay like this. There's nothing. It's cheaper to list lower at nominal value, but we will stay like this for now. On the forecast, I will not take dividend forecast as an isolated thing. I know that there's something called the earnings forecast that if you so wish to publish it, the exchange is not against if you want to publish it. But I've noticed that it has not been the practice because of the additional pressure that it puts on you. Once you issue it, if things are not working in that direction, you have the obligation to come and say it again. They're drawing the attention. Let me say, and my chairman is here, Dr. Adedeji, the board policy on dividends is structured along the lines where it's based on 3 principles. A certain percentage, the higher percentage, actually goes to shareholders once you have the profit. So as you work hard, you can hold us to that. The highest percentage of our distribution always goes to the shareholder. Yeah. Then the second highest of our income distribution goes to the company in terms of retention. Then the third is we, the employees, that make it happen. We also, so that is it in structure. So you can ask me at any time that tell me exactly what you got, what distributed. I think the principle matters than the exact figure, right? So you can hold me and say, show me what the shareholders got, show me what you retained, and show me what the employees got. I will be very glad for you to, and please quote me then, and I will be able to answer you then. Mr. Adebola, thank you. Mr. Adebola and I used to, sorry. No, they addressed, my chairman was addressed as Mr. He's a doctor, but he's a doctor that does not like to be addressed as a Mr. I happen to be living with a doctor, right? Since we achieved that doctorate, we have to respect ourselves. So sorry, Dr. Adebola. Yeah, okay. So thank you for your commendation as well. As I say, it's a subtle setup, but from you are my brother. Maybe I will not say it's not a setup like that. And thank you that you are, I mean, we've known ourselves for upwards of more than 20 years, so I do not take it lightly. If you stand there and I say, look out for the company, that's a lot for me, so thank you very much. And you asked the same thing, we should put smile in the face of shareholder. Take it for granted that we will do that, and the shareholders will always get more of everything that comes through the workings of this company. Thank you.
All right, do we have any other question from the audience? Any question? All right, at this point, I think we are all pleased with AVA Capital PLC. Another round of applause for the company. Thank you very much. It is now time to invite or to call for the closing remarks, the doyen of the market, Mr. Sam Ondata.
Thank you very much. I want us to just stand for 1 minute and give honor to whom honor is due. Today is the Jude birthday. So, S Academy, please come and give him birthday song.
Thank you. The one I hope everybody does as well is the happy birthday. Okay, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jude. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Well, I have to thank the exchange for providing this platform for AVA. And before I start, I want to go first to the MD. When Kayode came to the floor, you know, most of the time I was pampering him. Some people were saying, what is it? Is it because his father has money or because he's I said, no. If a child comes to where you are, don't kill that child. Let that child grow. If we begin to kill every child that will come across, how many of them will come out? Look at Gariba today. Look at Okwaloka. Look at Jude Chemeka. Look at Kayode himself. So how many of them will you kill? You know, the Rainbow said why he has so many colors is because he wants to give some colors to the brothers, the other colors to the sisters. So it's not just an ordinary colors, carrying color all around. He wants to distribute it. And one other animal said, why he changes? Camelon. So why he changes? Because he wants to be friendly with everybody in the environment he finds himself. So if you say no, he is very lenient, he want to no. If down those days when they came to the floor, I've suppressed them, I've killed them, and other, what we are seeing today, will always say it. No. If your son or your daughter had money, is it not your money? Well, Kayode, you know your Henry has expired. You know that? Okay. So, and secondly, it's when you miss and be close to people that you know the type of perfume they wear. Is that not? If I'm not close as we get, I won't know the type of perfume he wears. So if I want to buy him perfume, or I say, As if he was, I should be close to him and know the perfume he wears. If I want to copy it, I want to go and buy it, I can say, what is the name? I can. But if you are not close, you will not. Am I communicating? Yes. Kayode, you have done well. They say he that is dancing does not see his or her back. It is those unwatchers, those onlookers, those who are looking at you that will say you are dancing well or you are not dancing well. But in this case, you are dancing well. And for this dance to last forever, you have to be close to that lady there, S Academy. If there's anything you have not learned or you are, shut up, she can help you to, brush you up. And listening today, you have accepted to undress in the public place. So whenever we're asking you question this, that, don't say we're bothering you. It's what you have signed to do. We didn't force you to come and list. It's you that voluntarily came to say, I want to list. Since you have listed, you have to be scrutinized. Anytime we ask you anything, you have to open up. You have to undress publicly for transparency and accountability sake. Yes. Secondly, like I was alluding before, if you see foul, whether your own or another person's foul, scatter, please drive that foul away, because you don't know if you kill that foul, it is you or your brother or your mother or any of your relation that will eat the leg using to scatter those rubbish. Maybe you may not understand what I'm talking about. If you go to sleep, you will know, think about it and know that what I'm talking about. So, here they said, yes, they've done that, they have done that. I now went back to the snail, what the snail told his relations, that you said you don't have leg or you don't have good legs. If you don't have good legs to run, if you see other people running, you don't have to start when they are starting, because you might not, meet them when the running have started. So you have to start in good time. That's what they have just done. SEC has increased this. This person has increased it. They don't want to fall foul of any capital, issues. They want to do it in time. And they can see what they have done. And whenever they're saying, they want to check the capitalization of this thing, you will know that they are already there. Yes, you have done well. They brought mud from somewhere and threw it back into the pit. You know what the mud said? He said, I am now in my maternal home. Kayode, you are back to your maternal home. Whether you like it or not, this is where you are baked. So now if we are projecting you now as our own. You are our own. You are our product. Dr. Adewale too, you know our rules. So he cannot count himself out of the system because it's already inside. So we approved you, and we have done all that we can do. And if you see how things moved, so many things went in your favor. If you looked around, maybe you don't know, but the insiders will always tell you that things have changed. You are listing on a very good ground. We have watered the ground for you. Maybe you don't know. Femi will tell you. If Femi doesn't tell you, Jude will tell you. If Jude I know Pablo will tell you, it will not come from my mouth. Not be everything we either see, you go talk finish with your mouth. So what I'm telling you is that you are working under new rule. And no matter what happens, you will excel in this market in Jesus' name. Amen. Whether you like it or not, you will excel in Jesus' name. Yeah. Well, whether we ask you for information, we don't ask you. You must bring your information timely to the exchange so that we'll see it. If you don't bring it, we'll begin to reward your price or do our own thing by hearsay. We don't want to check anything. Since you didn't bring anything, we cannot work in vacuum. We have to create something for ourselves. And with that we created, we will use it to judge you. So be close to the market and make sure you bring your report and whatever you need to bring when you need to bring it. And this is your dividend. I don't want it to be like monkey meat. They say monkey meat is sweet when it is dried. What will we be eating to wait for the monkey meat to dry? So the monkey meat must be available. It must be dried. Whatever you want to do it, that dividend, I want to be seeing it regularly because that is the attraction and the investment of the people who invested in you. So, and they say no long sermon in evening service, Abi, and who have stayed here till the time is far gone. And today is Jude's birthday. He might go to celebrate his birthday with his people and his friends. So we don't want to tie him down here. And the road is very, very open so that people can reach home before time. For me, I'm supposed not to be here, but for Femi and Jude, I'm supposed to be at the prayer city because tomorrow is my palm of change. I said, okay. If my son is wedding or my daughter is wedding, I will not be there. And I will rent somebody to come and represent me. It's not a good omen. So I say I will be here to do the needful. And Kayode, you have done well. And you continue to do well. They say advice, not because. Whenever you need advice, ask for advice. You have so many good friends here. Look at Garuba, he's doing well. Look at Okpaloka, he's doing well. Who else? Look at Dr. Adebola, he's doing well. So if you don't want to come to doing it direct, you have to ask these people I've mentioned to you. It's true, they won't give you any bill. Just ask them and they will let you, two good heads are better than one. And at this note, I will say I will end my catechism for now. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Doyen. Ladies and gentlemen, at this point, we'll draw the curtains for the facts behind the listings presentation by AVA Capital PLC. It is such a pleasure to have had everyone join us today. Thank you all for joining us today. May I please ask that the people on the eye tables please remain as we take photographs. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, please do enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you very much.